This work is a lie, except this part is an ode. So this work, I guess, is lies and odes, although there is a breath in between. But a breath is a collaboration. So this work is lies, odes, and collaboration. This is not a work that uses language sparingly. It is a book that uses words selfishly and like they are infinite, flowing through the faucets of the cosmos and into my hands. Origin. First pair of character heels. A featured dancer. To be a featured dancer was to be adored. There it was, right there in writing, featured dancer Robyn Apley. She had auditioned with the song of the female lead, and she had dreamed vividly and intensely to be kissed, to have the sound tech lift my shirt to replace the receiver on my hip bone, snake the cord through my stomach, goosebumps the cord is exciting and foreign, middle of my sternum the flat bone part, between the tissue that hugs the hot part, exchange eyes as the tech affixes the mic to my collar, bones picking up my lip skin rubbing together as my mouth waters. This dream died the minute that she saw the director's face with his sweet smile. His breath remained steady. It was not the face that you make when you witness a female lead, but where there is death, there is also the birth of featured dancer. The 4 featured dancers were christened with their very own pairs of character heels. 2-inch, with a genuine leather sole and soft, breathable lining, attached ankle strap, and scoring on the ball for excelled traction, stability, and control. Placed on their godly feet to perform kickball changes that go clack, clack, clack. Robyn wrestled them onto her enormous feet and clunk, clunk, clunked across the stage. Clack, 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 clunk. Clack, 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 clunk. I will keep these far under my bed until I have mastered the moves without excelled traction. Clack, clack, clap, pap. Clack, clack, clap, pap. Finally, the 4 featured dancers put on their bought costumes, not made by their mothers, and began to spin stories with their youthful ripe bodies. They have their exits and their entrances, their changes from sequins to burlap, from beggars to rich women at the ball, applauded for their ability to shift seamlessly from persona to persona, telling woes of days past, more divine than clunk. Now the 4 featured dancer stories were less weaved and more splayed. An August foal following spring yearlings, prancing tauntingly in front of the sires and dams. The ode to Andrew Lloyd Webber was drowned out by the sounds of her thunderous hooves on the polished floors. Mothers covered the eyes of their children. The director sat there looking aghast. The audience began to swirl, and the theater lights began to consume her vision. The 4 dancers made their way up the grand staircase. The magnificent budget set at the end of the first act, built by the small hands of their peers and their mothers, definitely not up to building regulations. So high it soared past the heavens, planks of wood donated by Rachel's M's father who worked at a sawmill. The monster living in Robyn spat on her poor tired feet. Heavy with maple syrup saliva, the trek became impossible. She reached for a step, but her character heel found nothing, and her body cascaded down the stairs more elegantly than she had moved this whole performance. Poor Joseph, locked up in a cell. Things aren't going well, locked up in a cell. Oh, poor Joseph, locked up in a cell. Things aren't going well, locked up in a cell. The ensemble slowly faded out as more and more turned their heads to witness her body strewn across those stairs. The woodwinds played on, faithful servants to their sheet music. Adults stepped in at the end of the number to clear the stage of all unconscious bodies. They looked so out of place there, amongst children playing mothers and fathers, kings and sinners. She awoke to poles and fixtures and lights and sounds and questions about the president. They said that she looked fine and that her even pupils indicated health and wisdom, and they sent her back onto the stage. Robyn endured another performance, secretly vomiting between acts in the non-ensemble green room. Mother smelled the stomach acid on her lips and caught glimpse of dark purple blossoming. Overtaking her side, she took them to the doctor, where many procedures, tests, injections, questions, robots, perfect stage lighting, no audience. Small Robyn, in a machine told to lie very still, don't cry, don't even breathe, the image will come out blurry. They had asked me to rest until the blood in my brain had drained back into my body, but I could not rest. Here's the difficult thing to explain about this story. My first pair of character heels was a power I was meant to wield. A power handed down to me from a divine source. A power that I had been afraid to open up, because once I did, nothing could ever be the same.